Well, hi everybody. Welcome to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Expert Mode. Withdrawal from Reality Gaming. I'm your host, Longshore. Today we have a lot to do again. I like the jetpack here. It works, but it uses up power way too fast. So what I think we're going to do is try to get to that tier 2 jetpack right away. And it's going to require some uranium, and when you're working with uranium you need a hazmat suit, and in order to make the hazmat suit we need orange tulips. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to build the hang glider and go see if we can find some tulips in that open field. So this is the left wing of the glider, and the other wing, I think they're both the same. You just put them both in there and bam, winged glider. So let's go see if we can find some orange tulips. Kind of look around, make sure nothing's on us. All right, Jay. So I think we were in tulip fields somewhere down in here. Maybe on the way to the swamp. So we'll just go fly over there and see what we can see. So let's see if we can. We may be walking back, but. And we're flying. Sweet. Now, if you roll to a different inventory, like you're coming in and you want to pull out your sword, you lose the hang glider, so you got to keep it on the hang glider. And it's the best way to travel. Alright. So I'll cut here and we'll grab some tulips and start working on the hazmat soon. Alright guys, we're back at base. We got a stack of tulips. I've already put some in and get the orange dye. So let's make our hazmat suit. We start with the scuba helmet, rubber glass and bars. Okay, then there's the rubber and then more orange dye for the chest. And then rubber and dye for the legs. And then rubber boots with the wool. And so I made an armor stand for that to go on. Oops. So there's the suit. Now you can just crouch and click. And now I am hazmat suited. And so before I actually mess with the uranium, I thought I would go see if it works underwater. I don't know. If you can breathe underwater in a scuba helmet. 2, 3. I'm not sure if it helps at all. Maybe there's more that has to go with it. Anyway, I thought I would give that a try. So let me get the stuff for the tier 2 jetpacks set up and we'll take it from there. Alright guys, in order to make the uranium we have to make a centrifuge, and that is pretty complicated. Let's see if we can find a table here that I think they're all being used. Okay, there's the thermal centrifuge and it requires all this interesting stuff. Yeah, so we're going to be heavy crafting this episode. The advanced alloys made in the compressor, the mining laser. This guy, I found these was just pulverizing the diamond and then compressing those down. Wow, but and then this guy requires these basic capacitors, which is Signalum. So Signalum is made in a crucible. So I went ahead and made a crucible off camera here, the magma crucible, and you just put in the redstone. You need 10 pieces, and I eject it with the orange upwards into the temporary tank. I was using this for the lava, and I switched it out for a drum. And then once there's 1,000 in there, you can bucket it out. And so let's go ahead and craft some signalum. Then I had to, you pulverize up some bars of copper and bars of silver, and then you put your destabilized redstone in there, and you get signalum. Now, this will be important later because we want to build the crossbow out of it. It's a real fast type material. So we have that, and I think we're going to want to cook that down and get nuggets to make one of the parts here. Yeah, these are nuggets, so that's cool. We can do that. I went ahead and made these in the thermal, whatever you call that over here, the thermal fabricator table. So it's this pattern. But so I tried to get as much of this ready to go as possible. So we'll see how well I did. But yeah, I apologize, guys. This is going to be a lot of crafting today. But I think that if you needed it, you're going to want it. And we'll just make all these into... Dun, da, da, da. All right. Yeah, it won't let me bring it forward. Okay, we'll just have to remember. I don't know if it makes one or a pair. Probably just one. Yeah. Well, that's why they call it Minecraft, right? All right, 2. So what did I do with the that guy? Ba-bam! And so that goes in there. Now, one of the other things we needed was this turning blank. So I'm not sure how this all works. Turning handle. So we may want to figure this out. But I can make the turning machine. I have that one laid out over here. And so it's literally just a ton of iron in different ways, the shafts, and then in here it needed the part from the assembler. So I think we can, yeah, okay. So now we have the turning table, and I have no idea how this works. But we'll figure it out. Let's grab a stack of blocks. Probably gonna need some power. Power. This is okay. Except I put it over here with the higher the medium voltage stuff. Nice. Shoot. Well, let's see if it'll stretch. It's kind of chicken. You wouldn't want to do this in long term, but all right. So yeah, I guess we'll be right back. I'll figure out how this works. Okay, guys. Apparently this was a little more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Special thanks to Dimensions in Time and his YouTube for kind of explaining it to me. But apparently we need a kinetic generator to do that. And in order to build the kinetic generator, we need an electric motor. So I got a couple of coils, tin, iron. I'm making 3 because we'll need them for other things here too. We're going to need a battery, which is the tin insulated electrine tin battery. A lot of steel or iron in here. And that makes us the electric kinetic generator. So that'll go underneath the turntable. But we need some more stuff too. We need the actual lathe tool, which is steel plate, and then 2 iron casing. So that's the lathe tool. And then we're going to need a turning blank. I ended up making, I'm just going to make 2 just in case I make a mistake here, because it's a one-shot dealie. Alright, so let's set this carefully. I'm thinking we can set it under it, I hope. And I went ahead and got some more medium volt stuff to connect to the medium volt line here. So you put your turning blank in there, you put your lathe tool in, and now for what, it depends, you only get one shot, so when you click it, it's a done deal. So our particular pattern is 4, and it's not clicking. Okay, so we made a mistake. This has to be in front of it on the drive. Okay, let me figure out how to make the tool to move these, because I'm afraid to move any industrial craft tools because they'll break apart. So give me just a minute. Okay guys, the wrench is just bronze ingots in this pattern for industrial craft. There's other wrenches, so you got to use the right wrench for the right mod. And you right click it just once. So that gives me back the turning table. Sweet. So now we can move these at will. I want to try it in front of it. Okay, it should work. I'm hoping. Okay, so lathe turning blank. So it's 4. Still nothing. Oh, you know what? We have to give it power, and it takes 1 electric motor. You can add more motors to make it faster, apparently. Okay, so that's why I made the extra motors. So it's not getting power. Needs it in RF. Maybe I could put this in a different spot, maybe? Maybe it needs power in the side. I'm sorry guys, this is how this goes on Minecraft, I guess. It may be the wrong kind of power though. I may need some kind of power to convert it. Okay. Alright, well, we'll figure the power thing out. Sorry. You guys will not believe what I just had to go through to make this work. Okay, I guess the core problem was that the electric kinetic generator only accepts EU power, and we generate power in RFs. So I tried the battery box, different forums said that. I tried the capacitor. I've got some other stuff I threw in the chests already. What ended up working was this low volt transformer from Industrial Craft, and I was able to wire that up and play with the settings enough, the step up, step down, step up, and hit the refresh. Then I used the gold wire with insulation into the kinetic generator. And then I was able to put in the blank and the lathing tool, and I turned the first one just to make sure it would work. And the next one should be 3, then all 2s. And then you pull it out, And you've got a handle. Whew. Wow, that was unbelievably time consuming. I know there's really no crying in Minecraft, but I felt like it a little bit. Finally, the mining laser. Sweet. We are getting there. So, mining laser. The basic machine casing, refine the advanced alloys. And we're missing an electric motor, which I left in the machine. But that should finally get us the thermal centrifuge. Yeah, right here. We'll take one of those. Finally. Thermal centrifuge. Dun da da da. I wonder if we'll have the same problem. Well, let's hope it works. Yeah, that seems to be powering up. It's weird how the other one just would refuse to take power. Okay, so we've got that. Now, uranium, let's see, let's get on our protective suit. Apparently anytime you touch the uranium, you have to have it on anytime you pull it out of the chest. So I have the yellow crushed uranium ore. I put the ore in the rock crusher to get the crushed. And so let's see what happens when we put it in there. It's got to heat up maybe. 3,000 degrees. That's what we want. Oh, it's heating up now. Whew. Alright, so that should give us a little uranium. And we'll just be careful when we're touching that to keep our suit on. Ooh, did I just hear some thunder? Yep, some thunder. I ended up changing the windows out a little bit. Yeah. Guys, that was a lot of work. I was hoping to get to the jetpack today, but I think we'll be lucky to finish this off, and maybe we'll do it like the other half here after a while, after a little break. But so yeah, I'm going to take a little break, and I'll be back, and we'll finish this up. Alright guys, let's see if we can finish up this jetpack. So the first thing we need to do is get the induction smelter working so we can make some glass, special glass. So another machine frame, buckets, Innovar. I left a lot of our odd parts over here. We'll need all that, okay. I'll set this up. Looking forward to taking out the Ender Dragon, that's for sure. Alright, and then obsidian dust and lead. Huh. Why is it not receiving power? Maybe the back has to receive power. Oh, it's always something, isn't it? Let's just undo this. Probably part of the problem. Yep. Guessed it. Alright. We'll let that do its thing. Start making the parts. Still working on the jetpack. So the tier 2, we need to make the harden, and let's got to start with the leadstone. So leadstone, and you put that in for the harden. It's Innovar and tin. Okay, now we mess with the uranium. Got the warning sign, warning, wear the hazmat suit, which I have on. So we put that in. I don't know if you can hear that zombie, but I'm turning him down. Okay. So now we need the glass from the induction smelter. So we put one of those in there. Bam! Okay, now these are Innovar and then the redstone reception coil. Oh, gonna need 2 more. Cool, that's the thrusters. Got the old jetpack here. So let's put that in. Let's see what that recipe was again. That, couple of thrusters, Innovar. Okay, got the tier 2. Now we're gonna need some armor for it. So this is like a iron cross and then tin in the corners for the iron plates. And then we put all of this in the induction smelter for the bronze, the second tier. Dun, da, da, da. So we put that back in the crafting. Maybe it goes on top. Yep. Alright, so that holds about 8 times more energy. We might have enough to take out the Ender Dragon. I'll look at the next tier just to see. But I think before we even consider that, we need the crossbow, the Signalum crossbow with a cobalt pulse. So I think I'll get that set up so we have some good weapon to take out the Ender Dragon. Okay. Alright guys, welcome back. I think we're going to go ahead and cast our parts for the crossbow. I got this from Hypnotized as well, and he did it, it shoots pretty well, so hopefully it hasn't changed much. So there's the crossbow limb. I already went ahead and made the pattern. And there's the crossbow body, all out of Signalum. And then we cast a tool rod out of cobalt. And then we put in ardite to make it mycelium. Let that do its thing. Let me see here. We're going to need oak fletching. Just one is fine. And then some bowstring. And I got some of those fiery spiders in the nether somewhere. Yes, flame string. So this should be good stuff here. Looks like it took 3. And then you put it in the tool forge. Crossbow. Oh, looks like I forgot part of the pattern. Okay, well we can fix that. 3. Mycelium. Okay, let's pour that. Puts it on the tip. Should anyway. Oh, good. Whew, I was worried for a second there. Okay. So that'll make the bolt. We're going to need to put in 3. Okay, while that's cooking up, we'll finish off the bolt. Wow, that's quite a few there. Now the bolt, while that's cooking up still, we can put on 1 moss. That'll keep an infinite supply. And then the other modifier I wanted to put on quartz, and this is quartz from the nether. I supposedly it's better than the other quartz from the overworld. $47, $48. That's it. It's maxed. And I believe it doesn't have to stay on your action bar. So that does +7. Alright, let's see how this is going. Signalum on the bottom. Okay, now this should do the crossbow. Diddly dee, fiddly bits. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can find something to shoot. Oh yeah, 1 shot. Ender Dragon, look out, here I come. Oh, that's kind of fun. It's fun to just fly around blowing stuff up. 3, 4. Yeah, it did. Well, 1 a second or so. 1, 2. Maybe even a little faster. Nice. Oh, this is just fun. Pretty good range to it too. It doesn't seem to drop much. I don't know if we're quite ready for the Ender Dragon, but I need to find a nether fortress to get blaze rods to in order to get all the eyes at the dungeon, and we got to find a dungeon yet. So some things to do, but we're pretty close to the getting ready for it. All right, guys, I think we're going to call this an episode. I'm just going to fly around and have some fun here blowing stuff up. after all that work. Oh, it was a rough episode. But thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and we'll catch us all next time. Dee-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.